Hi, this is Joseph Fink, only with my voice pitched down 10% and gradually speeding up 20% as the intro plays. Now, I don't know what that will sound like. We'll find out together. I'm speaking to you from Milwaukee because we are on our big US and Canada tour. There's a few sold-out shows coming up, but tickets are still available for Austin, Denver, Boise, and of course our big crossover show with the Thrilling Adventure Hour at the San Diego Comic-Con. Badges are not needed to see this brand new show, and tickets are available now. We also will be doing a panel and daily signings at the Comic-Con, so go to welcometonightvale.com and click on shows to see the full schedule and get tickets to any or all events. In October and November, we will be touring the UK and Europe. Now, the UK and Ireland shows are basically sold out for now, although keep an eye out for the possibility of more tickets being released. But the rest of the stops are on sale and still available. Stockholm, Oslo, Copenhagen, Helsinki, Paris, Hamburg, Amsterdam, Cologne, Munich, and Berlin. Welcome to nightvale.com and click on shows. We cannot wait to come and see you all. Recordings of our last two live shows are still for sale. Pay what you want on nightvale.bandcamp.com or on iTunes for $1.99. Now, these are 2 hours of new material with guests and live music. You really should check them out. Meanwhile, on our store, we have new things. We have a Weird At Last shirt designed by Jessica Hayworth, the designer of our Scary Deer shirt and our recent tour poster. This shirt just has to be seen to be believed. And temporary Night Vale tattoos designed by the amazing Kate Leth. We also have a bunch of other things. Go to welcometonightvale.com and click on store, and all will be shown to you. Hey, if you like what we do here with our show and you want to help us out of this dark pit hidden with leaves that we fell into, it's been several days who trapped us here, please consider signing up for a small monthly donation. We really do depend on all of you. Those who donate a little more get a special personal audio thank you from Cecil himself. Go to welcometonightvale.com and click on donate to do that thing. This has been Joseph Fink, and I have no idea what my voice sounds like by now. And hey, thanks.
Home is where the heart is. We found it one day in the sink. It hums things late at night, but they are not songs. Welcome to Night Vale. There's one thing I've learned as a proud citizen of Night Vale. It's that horses are incredibly susceptible to suggestions from government satellites. But I've also learned that Night Vale is a community that cares about education. Night Vale is a community that fears education. Night Vale is a community that allows education to happen the way terrified campers allow bears to eat their food. Education is important, say whispers with no obvious source we all hear every night. College graduation rates in our little town are above the national average. We bravely continue to promote literacy in spite of the terrible dangers associated with books. Our truancy rates have significantly declined due to the Sheriff's Secret Police's program of humane, low-fatality taserings. So, I know we can count on all of you to support the Night Vale Community College Capital Campaign, which was launched this past Monday to fund the establishment of a new science center for students. Science, I especially believe, is very important. College President Sarah Sultan announced, "In our present rapidly changing technological environment, it is more important than ever to encourage students to consider study and careers in all the sciences." "Except astronomy," she added, pretending she was coughing. "Nobody cares about astronomy," she said, obviously under a cough. Reporters stood quiet and confused about how President Sultan could make such an announcement, as she is a smooth, fist-sized river rock, and has no visible mouth and likely no internal organs muscles, or passageways that can create a human-sounding voice. Telepathy, President Sultan said with a cough. It's telepathy, you guys, she said in all of our minds. Fundraising opportunities like these can make a huge difference to small local colleges. So please, Night Vale, consider making a contribution. As always, you can give to the Capital Campaign by burying your check, cash, or credit card donation in warm, wet earth and whispering, "I know what you did. I do not forget." I've gotten a lot of calls, emails, telegrams, and sympathetic glances the past couple of weeks from people who are wondering if Carlos the scientist has returned from the otherworld desert he is trapped in. And here I remind you that he became trapped there while saving our city from treacherous, dark forces. I remind you, he is a hero. I remind you that my boyfriend is a hero. Sadly, Carlos is still in the desert. The same desert our new mayor was once trapped in. Fortunately, as Dana discovered, cell phone batteries last forever there, and there's pretty good Wi-Fi despite there being just vast amounts of sand and, apparently, a mountain. But if our mayor can make it out fine, I think a scientist can too. Scientists are always fine. Listeners, I've been seeing all the reviews for that new restaurant, Tourniquet. Sounds like executive chef LaShawn Mason has created a real culinary hit. It's almost impossible to get a reservation there. I tried to get a table for just one, of course. And the nearest available date was not for another 2 months. And even then, it wasn't a reservation for Tourniquet, but for Applebee's. Actually, you know what? I think I've been looking at the Applebee's website. It's very easy to misspell Tourniquet. Anyway, Gia Samuel's review in the latest issue of the Night Vale Daily Journal mentioned Tourniquet sous chef Earl Harlan. And that surprised me. He was a childhood friend of mine, and I had no idea he was a professional chef. It also surprised me because he was dragged away screaming by the herd of mute children at last year's Eternal Scout ceremonies. Very few ever survive Boy Scout courts of honor, especially not those dragged away by the mute children. So, it's good to see Earl back home and safe, and likely returning to his volunteer duties as Scoutmaster. I hope, one day, I can get a reservation to his fine restaurant. Let me see. Nope, nothing. Oh, wait! Yes! Yes, I got one! Nope, I'm on the Applebee's website again. Never mind. An update on the progress of the Night Vale Community College Capital Campaign. Thanks to the generous donations of Night Vale citizens, the campaign has already reached 30% of its target goal. A particularly notable gift was made by local eccentric recluse and proud alumna, Mrs. Sylvia Wickersham. The college fundraising staff was caught off guard by this donation, as no one has heard from or seen Mrs. Wickersham in over a decade. Also, the gift was a fine porcelain vase filled with 24 English Angora rabbits. College representatives expressed their gratitude for Mrs. Wickersham's generous and super cute contribution, of course, but would like to remind the greater community that it is preferred that donations be made via cash, check, credit card, spinal columns, or other common negotiable currencies. Money, college representatives added helpfully, through the narrow crack of a slightly lifted manhole cover on Main Street. You know, the kind you use to procure goods and services when you still have a physical form. They added in spray-painted bubble graffiti on the side of an abandoned warehouse near the train tracks. More on this, as there is more on this. Night Vale, our new leader, is almost here. This Friday is inauguration day for our new mayor, Dana Cardinal, who used to be an intern at this very radio station. Dana may, in fact, be the most successful intern this station has ever had. So few of our interns have ever gone on to do anything important. Inauguration of new mayors includes a swearing-in ceremony that takes place behind a thick velvet curtain. The curtain is raised a few inches, and all the press and public are shown a few shuffling feet and hear loud, high-pitched shouts. The mayoral swearing-in ceremony is the one point in Night Vale's political calendar where citizens may voice their opinions and beliefs without risking reprisal or imprisonment. They are, in fact, encouraged to shout even the most forbidden beliefs and thoughts during the ceremony, openly and without fear. The event will take place in an undisclosed location 200 miles from downtown Night Vale and will be exactly 2 minutes long. Former mayoral candidates